Alright, what's up guys? We're going to go through, so in April, Eric, myself, and Chad, we're going to Idaho on a black bear hunt. I'm not going to tell you exactly where we're going because we're going to keep that a little bit secret, but we are going to Idaho. Eric and I are going to kind of do a test run this weekend, so we're throwing our packs together. We're actually going to try to pack in and maybe try to shoot a coyote. Where I deer hunt, I got to go get a trail camera anyway, so that's our plan. So we're going to run through this pack list, and our goal is to make our packs as identical to what it'll be in Idaho in the spring as we possibly can. So I'm going to go right through this list, and Eric's just going to be here to help me, and we're going to load this thing up and talk about a few things. So the first thing I got here is I am running the Horn Hunter Full Curl System pack. I love this pack, but to be honest with you, it is heavier than some of your other options out there. So if you're looking to be super lightweight, this probably is not the pack for you, but I do love it. I've used it a ton, elk hunting, deer hunting. I've taken it back in turkey hunting. I've done a lot of different things with it. So it's a fantastic pack. One of the biggest trips actually was a shed hunting trip, which you should actually check out that video. That's on our YouTube here somewhere, so check that out. Backcountry shed hunt. We took a raft down the river. It was sweet. You'll like it. But anyways, this pack, it has a bag that goes with it. I don't remember how many liters this bag is, but this is what we're going to load, and then we'll strap it to this pack. But before we do that, we're going to ditch that bag, and we're going to put all our little stuff in first. All right, so what do we got here? First thing, I want to go in my pouch pockets, just some little stuff like my headlamp. Okay, you definitely want that accessible. I'm going to put that on my right side. I have an extra lighter. There's another small pocket here. Stick that in there. I have 3 AAAs and then 1 extra rangefinder battery. And all this stuff, I'll show you here in a second. All this stuff is weighed out, so I can tell you exactly what this pack is going to weigh. I usually stick that right in there with the lighter. And you can find this on our website and actually just like make a copy of it. It's a Google sheet. You can make a copy of it. It adds it all when you click the check mark. Super nice. Tells you our total weight right there. It's going to be about 48.44 pounds, which sounds heavy, and it is a little bit. But when you're in the winter and it's going to be like in the 20s or lower at night, your stuff's just going to be a little heavier. It's just the way it is. So this is for my water filtration system, just a squeeze pouch. I'm just going to take that, fold that up. I like my right side better, so I'm going to put this on my left side because I don't really need access to that very quickly. Camera batteries. So I got 2 extra GoPro batteries on a charger, and then I got 2 extra camera batteries. And those I like to be able to access. So there's a medium-sized pocket on the right side. I'm going to stick those in. This is new to our system this year, but since we're going into Idaho, we're going clear back in, and there's not going to be a cell service. We got a Zoleo device. Okay, so I'm going to take that, and I'm going to put that on my left side in my medium pocket. Also in my left side that I don't have to pack, I have a bunch of extra clips. I don't even know how many's in there, a whole bunch for my pack. Last thing you really want to do is get back in there and not have, and bust a clip or something and not have extra clips. So I have a whole bunch of those stashed over here. Sawyer water filter. This is the Sawyer Mini, I believe. Yeah, this is a Sawyer Mini. I'm going to go ahead and throw that in the left side with its pouch. So I got another lighter here with a small pouch. I used to actually keep it in my jet boil, so it stayed with my foods or my camp kitchen system. But the way we're splitting up weights, we're actually going to use Eric's jet boil. I'm going to bring the fuel. He's going to bring the jet boil, so I don't have that. So I'm just going to take this and I'm going to stick it in my emergency kit. Okay. Maybe if we're going to put that away. And we are going to go to our sleep system. What tent did you get? You remember?
Badlands Artemis 1.
Badlands Artemis 1 is what Eric's going to run. I got a Hilleberg Solo. And first thing I'm going to do to compress this thing all the way down is get rid of my stakes. And I'm actually going to roll this out, and I'm probably going to skip this part for you, but I'm going to unroll this and tighten it back up. Alright, so we rolled that up. As you can see, I made it much smaller. And we're going to go ahead and throw that in its stuff sack. Why it's so big, I don't have an answer for. Eric and I were just talking about that. I don't know. It's got a huge stuff sack. I guess some people don't compress it all the way, but it doesn't really matter. So in this bag, it's got a bottom area here that you can get in, and it's got a divider, and then it's got a top area with side entry. Okay, I like to keep all my sleep stuff in the bottom, so I don't have to dig through all my other junk to get to it. So I'm going to take and throw my tent. So that'll create the very bottom of my pack. They always say you want to try to keep your heavy stuff towards the middle of your pack so it's closer to your back. Okay, and then I'm actually going to roll up my sleeping bag next, which I also keep non-compacted. Okay, I don't have a fancy sleeping bag. That's one of the things Eric and I talked about actually is, will this be warm enough? I think it will, especially with all the other clothes I have. I can always sleep in it. But this is a hike and bike 0-degree bag. It's going to compress down really well. I've used it in 30-degree temps, but never down in the 20s. So we'll kind of see how that works. But I got some other gear that I'll show you here in a second that I'm not real worried about it. So I'm going to take a second here and roll this up. Alright, so we got that packed down, and I actually changed my mind. I think I'm actually going to put this on the bottom instead of my tent. If something pokes through the bottom of my bag, I'd much rather it be on this than on my tent. Stuff that in. Alright, so we have a good, nice base built here with the bag. You can see that there. It stands up really nice. Okay, so I built a solid base for it. So then I'm going to take my other stuff, like my sleeping pad, and I'm running the Climate Insulated V Ultralight SL. I've never slept on it. It's new. I don't know. I got nothing to tell you. Climate X pillow. I thought it was called the Pillow X, but that says X pillow. So we're going to test those out. I did blow the pad up. I really like the valve system on it. And it was super comfortable when I laid on it in the living room, so.
The Cabela's Instinct insulated version.
Insulated Instinct. And it looks like a really nice pad. I ended up getting a pretty good deal on this, is the only reason I went with this. I was planning on getting the same one as Eric, getting that Cabela's one. And I think that would be a good option if you're looking for something slightly more affordable. Maybe they're about the same price.
They're pretty close.
Just kidding. Maybe they're about the same price. I don't think so. I think that's all. That is literally my whole sleep system in that bottom pouch. So that's good. We got that covered. I will take these stakes, and there's also a repair kit in here, in case there was a hole in the tent or the floor. But I will run these down the opposite side from my entry. And they'll just run down the side of that bag there. Okay, so we're sitting there. All right, so now we're gonna go ahead and move into the actual main pocket. And this is where stuff gets super unorganized. And honestly, you just start like packing SH in there, okay? Insulated clothes that I don't intend to wear right away. So I have a Cabela's Polartec insulated top.
Yeah.
These are kind of old. They're just Under Armour leggings. I haven't committed to taking these for my thermal bottoms yet. To be honest with you, I really want the Sitka ones, but they're just not in my budget right now. So socks frequently off of Camo Fire. But I have these Lorpin socks. These are the Lorpin Light Hikers. I love these. I know a lot of people are getting into, what's some of them, like Darn Tough, Farm to Feet. What's some of the other, what are the socks Chad has? I can't remember. But anyways, there's some a little bit nicer quality socks out there that you can pay some money for. I just haven't done it. I love these. So I'm going to wear in these Lorpin Light Hikers, but I'm also taking a liner sock and an insulated sock. I might have to sleep in these. We'll have to see. Okay. Need these this weekend. This is one of those things that we don't need this weekend, but we are just trying to put everything together and simulate April as much as possible. So I'm going to throw those in there. Trying to stuff from the side. Again, that main pouch gets kind of unorganized. They're black Ovis down pants. They're 800 fill, I believe. And I don't know if I'll wear them this weekend. I might have to wear them sleeping, just depending on how that bag works out for me. But we're going to want them in Idaho, especially we're going to be sitting up on top of mountains glassing and stuff like that. So we're going to want those. I'm going to, my goal here, I haven't tried it yet, so we're going to see if it works. The Kelvin Down WS means Windstopper hoodie. This is a 900 fill coat, super warm. So this is my outer insulating layer if needed. Again, if my bag doesn't hold up like I need it to, I'll sleep in it if I have to. My goal is to stuff this coat and those pants in this bag. So we're gonna see if that works or not. All right, before I try to stuff this in there, I should have showed this to you. But what I do with all of my coats that have hoods is I fold the arms into the middle, okay? And then I take the outside and I lay it just across the zipper. And then I take the other side and I lay it just across the zipper. I'll show you on a different shirt a little later. And then I roll it towards the hood and I stuff it in the hood, okay? And it ends up just like this and you don't have to worry about it coming apart or anything like that. All right, let's see if we can force this thing in here. Like it was made for it. I think next time though, I'll put the pants on top so I don't have to worry about holding them somewhere to unroll.
Yeah.
Because the coat doesn't unroll on its own, but the pants do. There you go. So that is my whole down system, and that's just gonna go right in on top, right? A lot of this other stuff, so like here, this is just, this is my hygiene kit. So I have, these are, I think they're Scent Killer brand. They're like shower towels, I don't know what they call them. They're like this big, and like that big, and they're Scent Killer. I just like to use them as kind of my shower system, especially in Idaho. We're gonna be back there for 6 days. Get kind of smelly. And then I do have a stick of deodorant in there. And then instead of toothbrush toothpaste, I use Colgate Wisps. This weekend, we only have one food bag. When we go to Idaho, we'll have 6. So I'm just gonna toss this on top. Usually I don't worry. It's all gonna go in the main part of the bag. You'll just obviously have more of them, so you'll need a little more space. I'm gonna compensate that weight by putting in like a coyote call or something this weekend. I want the same weight. This weighs 20.07 ounces.
Yep.
And this is 1 day of food. So I have a peak meal in here. I have a Bridgeford dried sandwich. I have a bag of mixed nuts. I have a Lara bar and a Cliff bar. That's my food for 1 day. Gloves. I think these are the Traverse gloves. I can't remember. Then I have a beanie. And I'm going to throw those on the side because you want quick access to those. I am going to fold these gloves together though so they don't fall apart, and I'm going to stuff them inside my hat. What's this material called again?
Merino wool.
Merino wool, thank you. Merino wool boxers. I'm not going to need the extra pair this weekend, but I'm going to throw them in because we'll need them in Idaho. So I'm going to go ahead and throw those in. These are Ridge Merino wool, Ridge brand. They're pretty affordable comparatively to others, so that's why I got these. I'm going to stuff those on the back side with those socks. All right, what other SH do we have? Yep, chargers, anything else I want in the main bag. Probably that. you would. Thank you. Again, don't need this weekend, but we did buy a Goal Zero solar charger, so I'm going to toss that in there. I'm going to make that face. I'm not always the most organized at knowing what to put in when. I just kind of make sure this stuff fits in. Try to keep your heavy stuff to the middle. My sleep system's at the bottom, and then all the other SH just goes in. Okay. I have a large Band-Aid. Actually, I have 4 large Band-Aids. I have a 4x4 piece of gauze. I have 2 4x4 pieces of gauze. I have super glue. I have 2 large rubber bands, 8 Tylenol, 2 Zyrtec. I have really bad allergies. Body Glide for like blisters or chafing. I've tried going without that stuff, and if you ever blister or chafe, blister on your heels or chafe in the, man region, you don't want to be without that Body Glide. And then, I guess, or woman region. I guess they could chafe on their legs too. And then some paracord, which actually I didn't tell you this, Eric, but when I was when we were rolling that tent up, I was thinking about like a clothesline inside the tent to like hang socks at night to dry. And I was trying to think of what I would use for that, or if I had to buy something. And I think I'll just pull that paracord out. Yeah. All right, so I have that, and I also threw in. It's not on there. It's at a different spot on there. I did just throw in my extra lighter and then my knife sharpener. I bought a Work Sharp knife sharpener. I don't use a knife with removable or exchangeable blades. I use a buck knife, so I want to make sure I can sharpen that. So I'm going to take that. You want to have access to your med kit if needed, so I put that right on top. Okay? If you ever have something happen and you need that right away, you don't want to have to be digging for it. Water treatment, just so it's easy to access for our stuff. So this is the Aquamira. It's 2-part, part A, part B water treatment. I think it says it takes like 30 minutes to fully treat the water. Not supposed to have a funny taste or funny scent or anything like that. I have not tried it. I'm just going to trust them. I'm going to throw that right on top. Portable charger with a phone charger. I actually have 2 of these portable chargers that I'll bring. Can't find the other one right now though. My GoPro. Got a tripod stand for it. GoPro, it's an old one. Hero 3 Plus Black. Super old, but does everything I need it to. Alright, the rest of this stuff is going to go probably in the wings of my pack. Okay, so we have here, and I'm going to pause for a second, and I'm going to get this thing attached to my actual pack. You don't really need to see that. You can figure that out on your own. So we'll be back here in a second. Alright, so we got the pack attached. As you see, it attaches really nicely. When you turn it sideways, I'm actually pretty slim this time. Hey, it looks pretty good. Not super bulky. One thing I do need, we were just talking, I need a new hose for my bladder. This one kind of leaks, but we're not gonna worry about that for this weekend. So we got that packed. The last thing I'm gonna do is I have these wings here on the side, and I'm just gonna stuff my last few things in there, and then we'll be done. So I have a glassing pad. It's a cheap, I don't know if it says Jungle Leopard. I know I bought it off of Amazon. It cost me like a couple bucks probably. And then a contractor black heavy duty trash bag. And I'm gonna take those and I'm gonna stuff them on, doesn't really matter what side. I'm just gonna stuff them on this side. Put my knife, which is a buck knife. It's a smaller one, it's not the really big one, but small. Chargers, charging cords I guess it is, for my camera battery and my GoPro. My silverware, honestly, I need to do something about that water. I'm probably gonna put my silverware in one of my side pockets here. I just gotta figure out which one. That one's kind of bulky. Here, these are Yellow Way lapel mics. Eric doesn't know it yet, but I'm gonna start working on my podcast again, and he's going to, this is news, he's gonna help me with some episodes. So I'm gonna throw these in and we'll just record those on my phone. Surprise. I have my bino harness. This is the Traeger Optics harness from County 6 Predator. I love this thing. He had a good one before, but now he went and he changed the material on it. Added a few things, and I really like it. It's a lot better now. So you got a pocket here. You got your rangefinder, which I'm running the Leupold RX 1600 TBR. You got your bino pouch, and I'm running the Vortex Talon HDs 10x32. In this front pocket, I actually have my binocular. It's actually not mine, it's Tyler's, but I'm going to call it mine. Maybe I'll never give it back to him. Bino adapter for the tripod. Well, I don't know that we'll use it this weekend, but we're definitely going to want it in Idaho. We're not taking a spotting scope, and that's because we're not going to worry too much about sizing up bears. Yeah, we're not going to worry about size. We're just going to make sure it doesn't have cubs, and then it's fair game. So he has another one. He has a new harness. It's called the Minimalist, and it looks pretty sweet too. I'd love to get my hands on one of those. But super adjustable for lots of different size people. So love this thing. I'll also throw, I don't have it down here, it's upstairs still, but I will throw a Leatherman in. And instead of carrying a pocket knife, I carry a Leatherman because you got all the extra accessories on there. You got your screwdrivers, you got a knife, you got a small saw. If you were to need it, you got pliers. So that comes in super handy. So instead of carrying a pocket knife like I used to, I throw my Leatherman in. It's not really hardly any more weight. So, all right. All right, so the last thing I got for you here is I'm going to show you what I'm going to actually wear. First thing is my Ridge Merino wool boxers that I had told you about. Super lightweight. They help a lot with the stink. That's why you go with the merino wool. They just don't start stinking, so you can wear these for many days, and that swamp ass doesn't get to you right away. On my feet, I'm wearing the Lorpin Light Hiker socks that I had talked about earlier. I really like them. I know there's a lot of other brands out there that people are getting into. They're a little more expensive, and I'm just not ready to drop a lot of money on socks because I have put a lot of money into some other stuff this year. So, and then on my top, my first layer on top is going to be the Sitka lightweight hoodie. My goal with that is obviously not warmth because it's the lightweight one, but is to maybe control some of that stink when we go to Idaho and we're there for 6 days without showers and stuff, control some of that stink with this material. My pants that I will wear in are the Sitka Timberlines. I haven't worn them a ton, but I really like them so far. I am not going to wear the knee pads in them just because I don't want to deal with them when I'm actually in the backcountry there, getting in the way, hiking up and down mountains and stuff like that. I used to wear a belt all the time, and I wore it mostly with the intent that if I needed a tourniquet, I had one. But these suspenders work really well holding the pants up, and they would double as that also. Also, I got that paracord in there, so we're good there. Is my Sitka heavyweight hoodie. If I got cold with those 2 layers, I could very easily throw that Cabela's Polar Tech on that I have, or put my Kelvin Down hoodie coat on. Boots. Hey, these are the Under Armour Speed Freak Bozeman 2.0s. I love these boots. I've had them for, I don't know, a lot of years. They have a ton of miles on them. I don't even know how many mountain miles they have, but it's a lot. I've worn elk hunting, shed hunting, many years of elk hunting, and they're a fantastic boot. They break in easy. They got Gore-Tex in them. I'm kind of sad when these things go away. And we're definitely going to need in Idaho is a pair of gaiters. Okay, I do really like these gaiters. I'm not going to promote this brand. Well, there's multiple reasons why I'm not going to promote this brand. But make sure you have yourself a good set of gaiters if you're going anywhere where there's going to be moisture on the grass or snow or anything like that. So, all right, the last thing I'm going to show you is I'm going to get down here on the floor and I'm going to show you how I fold these things with hoods up. Which, if you don't know how to what I'm talking about yet, I think you're really gonna like this tactic. So what I got going here, I take my jacket or my shirt or whatever it is with a hood. If it doesn't have a hood, this doesn't work because we're going into the hood. So I take both arms, fold them in like you're crossing your chest. I take both sides, I fold them in so it's in line with the hood. Fold it in so it's in line with the hood. So now you should just have one line. It's simple, but if you guys have never done this, you're gonna be like, "Oh my God, he's genius." Hey, and then you just roll it up as tight as you can, obviously, because you want it small and compact, especially if it's going in your pack. And you get to the hood, and boom, boom. There you go. That's it. Thanks for watching, everybody. I appreciate it. Make sure you check out our website. That's theseasonsmedia.com. Find us on Instagram at theseasonsmedia. Get yourself some hats, stuff like that. We got lots of sweet hats rolling in. We got game changers. We got stalker hats. We got some gray casual hats. We got some round casual hats. We got a new blaze orange cap that's pretty sweet. We got a couple different patches. You'll want to check it out. Thanks again, everybody, and we'll see you in the field.